Welcome back. It's M&G Pranks. I'm Matt.
I'm Gino.
And we have a location change from one side to the living room to another with better lighting. Would you look at that? So, as long as we're a prank channel, but also we can be a vlog channel too. We can multitask. Oh, yeah. So, we're big football fans ourselves. I like the Seattle Seahawks, if you can't see that. Well, it just says champions, but I'm a Seahawks fan. And my man Gino right here is a big Buffalo Bills fan. There he is.
Die Hard.
I'm a die-hard Hawks fan.
We are going to be predicting the Week 6 games of the 2015 NFL season.
We will. And we're going to start off with the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. Gino, this is your team. Give us your predictions and thoughts.
Well, Tyrod Taylor is better than E.J. Manuel, in my opinion. He's injured. And I don't know about the defense, but I'm going to say Cincinnati 24-17 Bengals.
Well, even though he chose the Bengals over his team Bills, I'm actually going to say the Buffalo Bills upset the Cincinnati Bengals because Cincinnati wasn't at their best last week against Seattle and they were home. And the Bills expected to have LaShawn McCoy back. Their defense is easily top 5 in the game. I expected to shut down the Bengals in a somewhat low scoring. I would say the Bills win 20-13.
Okay, next game.
The next game we have are the Denver Broncos and the Cleveland Browns. We all know, guys.
Okay.
They're the Denver Broncos, and they're playing the Browns. Is there any more explanation for that?
So you got the Browns?
I got.
No, you got.
I've got the Browns.
I'm sorry about that, folks.
I got the Browns.
I'm sorry about that, folks.
But folks, we only have like 3 views.
I'm sorry about that, folks. You got the Broncos.
I've got the Broncos to our 3 viewers. Okay,
Well,
I've got the Broncos winning 31-10. 31-10. I got the Broncos with their starter defense.
I'm going to pick the Broncos as well, but I think the Cleveland Browns actually are going to make it tough on the Broncos. They beat the Baltimore Ravens last weekend. They played pretty good football. Josh McCown looked pretty accurate. They will give the Denver Broncos a run at home, but Denver will come out on top in the end. Final score 27-20. Denver wins.
Mr. ESPN announcer Gino over here. All right, the next Bears. We have a very different matchup between the 0-5 Lions and the Chicago Bears. Gino, would you like to start it off?
This is a game I've been thinking about for the whole week, to be honest. This is
Why
going
do you
to
look
be
like that?
a terrible game. I'm sorry if there's any Bears or Lions fans, but this game it just doesn't sound like a good game. Matthew Stafford, the Lions, they've struggled. The Bears have actually looked okay. They haven't looked their best. But as a matter of fact, I'm not picking a winner. I'm saying this game finishes in a tie.
Oh my God!
In overtime, it's going to tie.
Oh, what a prediction by Gino!
13-13. There will be no winner. I believe that they are going to tie this game 13-13.
Well, believe it or not, I am going to say the Detroit Lions get their first win of the season. I think Matthew Stafford is going to figure things out with his offense. Kelvin Johnson's going to get open with that Bears secondary. And I think that Amir Abdullah, the rookie running back for the Detroit Lions, is going to have a great game, standout game. And I think the Lions will win 21-13.
Okay, next up is the Texans and the Jaguars.
Oh, my Jaguars, baby! My Jags.
Okay, I'm going to start off. This has also been a tough game to call because the Houston quarterback situation has not looked good. Ryan Mallett is inaccurate. Brian Hoyer, he did okay in the Thursday night loss to the Houston Texans last week, but I'm going to have to go with Jacksonville on this one. I believe that Blake Bortles is a young quarterback, has still time to develop. His offensive line will give him the time he needs. Jacksonville, 21-17 at home.
I'm actually going to go with the Houston Texans, even though Jacksonville's home. I am going to say that Aaron Foster, he's back from injury after last week.
And on my fantasy team.
Yeah, on Gino's fantasy team. That's why I'm going like that. So I'm going to say Houston beat the Jaguars 27-17.
Okay, next up we have the Chiefs and the Vikings.
Vikings.
Well, the Chiefs are 1-4, 1-4, 1-5, one of the two. They've lost, I believe it's four, right? 1-4.
Yes.
They are 1-4. They've lost four straight ever since beating Houston Week 1. They have not looked good. They lost to the Chicago Bears last week at home. They did not play well, and especially now that Jamal Charles has a torn ACL,
True.
it will be tough for the Kansas City Chiefs to move the ball. So with this one, and also you got young Teddy Bridgewater, Adrian Peterson. He's going to have a good game on the ground. I say he goes for over 150 yards rushing. Bridgewater about 21 out of 26 with 3 touchdowns, 28-7 in favor of the Vikings.
Very in depth there, Gino. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs. Even with the absence of Jamal Charles, I think the backup Niall Davis is going to do perfectly fine. I think Alex Smith will throw a touchdown to a wide receiver, and his name will be Jeremy Maclin. Would you look at that? So, I am going to say the Chiefs win. I'll go 20-16.
Fair.
Fair enough.
Okay, the Dolphins and the Titans. Now, last week against Buffalo, Marcus Mariota is the rookie quarterback out of Oregon. He played pretty decent. He threw the ball well against a really good Bills defense, despite losing the football game. But I say he rebounds this week, and he beats the Miami Dolphins, who have no run defense, and Ndamukong Suh is struggling greatly for all the money that he was paid. Miami, their offense isn't going to work as it has in the past. Last year, their offense was very successful. Defense was more successful than the one they have now. Everyone thought they'd have a top 5 defense. Well, I'm going to say the Titans win this game 24-6. The Dolphins are going to have a hard time. The Titans, with young quarterback Mariota, are going to bring the heat, and they're going to take down the Dolphins for their 4th straight loss. Mark it down.
Just put this kid on ESPN right now. Just take off Ian Sheffer and just put Gino on. Just put him on ESPN. I'm not even going to say anything else because I completely agree with Gino. Today and earlier I said the Dolphins will win, but after what Gino said, I'm going to completely agree with him and go with the same scoreline of the Tennessee Titans winning.
Okay. The Redskins and the Jets. Excuse me, people. Okay.
My 3 viewers.
Now, even though the New York Jets haven't played teams really that good, they still have looked pretty decent. Ryan Fitzpatrick has been okay. He managed to win the Jets 3 football games going into the bye week. 3-1 the New York Jets. One more win, they'd be 4-1, and that would match their last year's regular season win total.
Yeah.
Which, well, they're having a good start. They're playing the Washington Redskins, who put a fight up against the Atlanta Falcons. They are not that bad of a football team, and I think benching RG3 was the right option.
Very true.
For the Washington Redskins. Kirk Cousins hasn't looked that bad. The Redskins haven't looked that bad, even though they're 2-3. But I'm going to stick with the New York Jets on this one in a tight thriller. I say Nick Folk hits a 52-yard game-winning field goal as time expires, and the Redskins will beat the Jets 31-28.
Very high scoring. I'm going to say the Jets offense.
Excuse me.
I am going to say that the Jets offense will be too much to handle for the Washington Redskins with Chris Ivory, Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker, and the man, the myth, the legend, Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I am going to say that the New York Jets win 28-17.
Okay, next up, the Cardinals and the Steelers, a rematch from the Super Bowl a few years back. I'm going with the Cardinals on this one. Carson Palmer can throw the ball very well. He's got great targets in Larry Fitzgerald. He's got a great running back. He's got Chris Johnson. He's just got all the right tools. He's got a healthy defense. He's got them all. He's got all the right tools. So I'm going to say the Cardinals win it, and it's going to be a blowout. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, they struggled in the Monday night win against the Chargers. Mike Vick hasn't looked – he didn't look too accurate. He didn't look too confident, even though he came in clutch in the end. He did not play that well throughout the game. Cardinals win it 42-18.
Very high.
And the Steelers fans will go home upset.
I'm going to go with another opposite of Gino, and I want the Pittsburgh Steelers win because I like the Seahawks, and obviously I don't want the Arizona Cardinals to win. So I think after Mike Vick's couple games back in the Steelers offense, I think he's going to come along and get the hang of things with the help of Le'Veon Bell, one of the best running backs in the NFL, and with Antonio Brown, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. And I think that the Steelers defense will do enough to stop the Arizona Cardinals and shut down Larry Fitzgerald and Carson Palmer. So
Okay.
I am going to say the Steelers win 28-21.
Okay, Carolina and Seattle, the Panthers and the Seahawks.
My Hawks, blow them out, baby, blow them out of the water.
I am going with Seattle on this one. They have, in my opinion, found their groove. Even though they're 2-3 and they lost that big lead
True.
to the Bengals last week,
True.
they have home
We did
field
that on
advantage.
purpose. We did that on purpose.
They have home field advantage, and if they could play good offense and their defense could step it up, Carolina will go down for their first loss of the year. But it's going to be only a 10-point win for Seattle. Seattle wins it at home to the Carolina Panthers. They will fall to 5-1
You sound like an
or
ESPN
4-1.
announcer.
I don't care what the record is. But Seattle's going to win it 21-10. Make that an 11-point
All right.
victory for Seattle.
I'm going to say that I obviously want Seattle to win because of my team. But Thomas Rawls had an amazing week in Cincinnati last week. 169 yards and a touchdown with that 69-yard touchdown run. But my man Money Lynch is coming back. He's going to help the offense a lot with that read option of Russell Wilson. I think Jimmy Graham's about to have a good game. I'm going to say over 80 yards and a touchdown. I think that Oh, they did? Okay, I'm going to go with the Seahawks winning 28-10, and the defense is going to do. I'm going to say Richard Sherman gets his first pick of the season, and Carolina hasn't beaten Seattle in the past 2 to 3 years in Carolina or in Seattle, so I think Seattle's going to get this one. Hopefully.
Okay, the Ravens and the 49ers, a rematch of Super Bowl 47 in New Orleans. Now, this, like a couple other games, were tough ones to pick. The Ravens and the 49ers have struggled greatly this year. The Ravens lost to the freaking Browns. I'm sorry, Browns fans, but the Browns are not that good of a football team. The Baltimore Ravens should have won that game. Joe Flacco, he put up 30 points, which is good, but that Ravens defense struggled. And the 49ers, Kaepernick hasn't been getting into a groove. They lost so much this offseason. They are not getting in a high gear. They're not clicking into it yet. This is going to be a very poor game. I'm not going to like the outcome. It's going to be a poorly played football game.
True.
However, I do see the Baltimore Ravens coming out on top and winning this thing because their offense is going to be led by Flacco. So I say the Ravens, excuse me, the Ravens will win it. Let's go with 27-17.
I'm just gonna make this quick. I hate the 49ers. Go Ravens. Ravens win 20-10. There we go.
Okay.
And our next game is the San Diego Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. I'm just gonna say Packers they are home. Does that look like they're home?
Yes, they are.
They are home. They never lose at home, and they won't lose at home. I'm saying the Green Bay Packers win 31-13.
Last season, the Green Bay Packers finished 8-0 at home at Lambeau Field, and they include, well, that's not including the playoff win over the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be a good game. Phillip Rivers nearly beat the Steelers last week, and the Steelers, they're a good football team, even though they don't have Ben Roethlisberger. But I'm going to have to go with Green Bay. They're at home. They have home field advantage. Aaron Rodgers, you give him time, he is going to tear apart that defense.
And there goes Leonard Fournette, Mr. Heisman himself, baby.
Well, I'm going to go with, let's see, I'm going to go with Green Bay here. It's going to be, let's say, I don't know, 30-14.
Our next game is the rematch of Deflategate. The Indianapolis Colts
against the New England Patriots.
And the New England Patriots. I hate the Patriots with a burning passion.
Anyway, Patriots, Colts, I hate to admit it, but I think the Patriots are going to win this one. Tom Brady is just having a great year. Put all the deflated ball stuff aside. He is throwing the football well.
He is.
He's got good targets. He's got Rob Gronkowski, who can just tear apart a defense.
The beast.
Look what he did to the Buffalo Bills defense. Had a
Yeah,
good
they're a
game
good
against
D,
the
yeah.
Steelers. And Andrew Luck, he struggled when he played in the games he played this season, despite missing 2 games. Excuse me. New England wins it. It's going to be more than 14 points though for the Colts. I'm going to say, let's see. Brady's going to post up numbers. He's going to put up a 42 spot, 42-26 Patriots.
Very nice. I think this is going to actually be a close game, unlike it was in the AFC Championship last year. I hope that the Colts win, because I hate the Patriots. But my heart tells me that the Patriots are going to win in a close game. I'm going to say 27-24.
Finally, the Monday night game between the Eagles and the Giants in Philly.
Miracle at the Meadow. The Miracle at the Meadowlands.
I'm going with the New York Giants on this one. They started 0-2 and beat the Washington Redskins, the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo. They beat the San Francisco 49ers at home. Really, out of all those teams, the only good team or good defense they played in that game was the Redskins and the Bills, and they beat them. And Eli Manning settled down. He's got good targets. The Giants are looking like the old New York Giants. The Philadelphia Eagles are looking like the Oakland Raiders. I'm sorry, Raiders fans, but the Raiders, well, they have. Don't worry, the Raiders are going to be a good team. They're
coming along.
They're coming along, but not to compare. But the Giants, the Eagles, they are just struggling greatly. Beat the Saints last week, but I think that's only because the Saints are not a good football team either. They just struggled greatly, even though they just defeated the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
However, New York Giants, Eli Manning's going to settle down. He's going to win his 4th in a row. Giants, 35-zip.
35-zip. Good
35
Lord,
zip.
Gino's got the
That
shutout over
Giants
here.
defense is going to
All
shut
right.
them out.
I'm saying, I've been going against Gino all lately. But I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles, and here's why. I think LaShawn McCoy, DeMarco Murray.
Excuse me a second, folks.
DeMarco Murray, I think he's going to have his first decent game as an Eagle. Gino's over there choking away. You're all right. You're all right. Bless your soul, child. He's going to have his first decent game as an Eagle. I think he's going to have over 125 yards and 2 touchdowns with 40 receiving yards, more than that. He's going to have a breakout game. I think Jordan Matthews is going to have a great game for the Philadelphia Eagles as well. I don't think the Giants will do good in this game. OBJ, Odell Beckham, is questionable for this game with a hamstring injury. And even if he is, probable, if he does play, I don't think he will be as effective as he is in all the other games. So, I am going to say the Philadelphia Eagles win 28-21.
Okay. That concludes that, and then we will be next week doing our Week 7 picks.
Week 7, and hopefully we get some prank videos up and help us out. We got freaking school work to do.
Yeah, stupid school.
I know, stupid school. If we didn't have school, we'd constantly uploading everything, and hopefully you guys enjoy the
summer
content.
lasted forever.
I know. Only
But anyway, thank you, and we look to see you guys for Week 7.
See you guys next week. Thank you very much.